Good evening. I'm Pedro Hazel Jr.
I'm Steve Ferguson.
Welcome to a special edition of the PedroFergie Sportscorner, an edition we'll call the I'm as mad as hell edition.
I will call it the annihilation of the New York Mets parts 1, 2, and 3, and possibly more to come.
Tonight we'll be discussing our take of the Mets losing their two best players, Pete Alonso and Edwin Diaz. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. The internet address is youtube.com/@PedroFergie Sportscorner, all one word. Again, it's youtube.com/@PedroFergie Sportscorner. Again, all one word. The carnage happened Tuesday when the Los Angeles Dodgers signed Edwin Diaz to a $69 million deal for 3 years. The next day, Wednesday, the other shoe dropped when Pete Alonso signed a 5-year, $155 million contract with the Baltimore Orioles, a 1-2 gut punch. I've never seen anything like this.
No.
This is like a Seaver trade.
This was probably the worst 2 days for a Met fan in their history.
Yes.
You're right about Seaver. That was the one that hurt the most in the Mets history. But this is almost as bad, if not worse, because what they did two things that every Met fan hates. Number one, they got rid of the best closer in the game. He's the number one closer in baseball. And you mean to tell me for $3 million you couldn't get this guy back? You should, first of all, David Stearns, you should have signed him for 4 years at $75 million, and you should have said, we will pay you as much as we need to get you back here.
That's right. I agree.
The fact that he never spoke to him about this at all. He mentioned him a 3-year deal of $66 million, but he never spoke to him and communicated that. Adam Ottavino, who used to pitch for the Mets in the days that they had Edwin Diaz earlier, had told him straight up, you are a bad communicator. That should have told him, this is why you have to leave.
That's right.
I think Edwin Diaz is going to be a Hall of Fame closer. I'll tell you what. The man, in 3 years that he pitched for the Mets, he missed 2023 with that serious injury in the international games. He had 80 saves in 3 years. 80. You know how many he has in his career? 253 saves.
Wow, 253 saves. He's not even 30.
He's just barely 30 years old. Yeah. So what I'm telling you is most of these Hall of Fame relievers that get in have about 500, like Trevor Hoffman. This man has over half of the saves you need to be a Hall of Famer. And his consistency and his ability to blow people away with his fastball and his great slider, I can't believe he's gone.
I can't believe. I mean, it's like, I was just like, I'm still stunned about it. I'm still processing all of this.
And I think
I'm sure most Mets fans are.
And I think that's the right word, processing it, because it's so unbelievable what he did to this ball club.
Yeah.
He took it apart in 2 days. And he made that other trade, which people have tried to forget.
Brandon Nimmo.
Let me tell you something about Brandon Nimmo. He was never going to be an all-star defender. Never has.
Yeah.
But what I'll tell you about Brandon Nimmo, every year in his career, he worked to be good and better and better and better. You know what he did last year, folks? For those of you who don't remember, this man never hit 25 home runs until last year. Never had 92 RBIs until last year. He was always working on his game to be as good as he could be. But even more important, you took the attitude and the smile and the emotion and the fun of the game by removing him from this roster. He brought sunshine to this team. Mm-hmm. I used to love when he ran down the first base and would kind of do that little thing running down the line. He was sunshine and energy, and when you saw him, you wanted to play for this team.
Now, how are you going to replace 60-plus home runs, 200-plus RBI? It's just, I can't get – I'm still trying to figure all of this out.
And with Pete Alonso, let me tell you the reason I'm pissed off at this. This man, in his career, has always given us 35 to 40 home runs a year. For those of you who forgot his career, first year in the majors, 2019, he gave the Mets 53 home runs.
Oh, yeah.
My friend Carl would call me about Aaron Judge. He's a huge Yankee fan. He'd call me up every day and say, "Oh, Aaron Judge hit another home run, another home run." The next year, I got to do it to him. I got on the phone. I said, "Who else do you have that's better than Pete Alonso?" You have one player. That's Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
But I'll tell you what Pete Alonso is. He is the National League version of this guy. Now he's joining the American League in a bandbox of a ballpark. No offense to Camden Yards. It is really a nice park. But let's face it, it's much smaller than where he's played at Citi Field. This man, I swear to you, will give you 50 home runs starting next year.
Yeah.
50. He will challenge Aaron Judge for home runs. He is a legit home run hitter. They can talk about his fielding and say he's not that good. Let me tell you something. Of the first baseman in the National League, I would only say that you have the guy who plays for the Dodgers and you have the guy who plays in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Those are the only two that I would rank better than him.
Yeah.
And we know the guy who plays in the Dodgers, he's going to the Hall of Fame, no questions asked.
Yeah.
And we know Matt Olson is a legit home run hitter also. But here's what he does better. He hits for a better average.
Yeah.
The only one of this group that hits for a better average than Pete Alonso is the guy who plays for the Dodgers. That's it. So what have you done to my team is the question. You ruined this team in 2 years.
Not even 2 years, 1 year.
Yeah. You ripped it apart. And you know what you told us about run prevention? You know what I say to that? That's crap. You know why? Because we need to score runs too.
That's right.
You can't win games on just defense.
That's right. You need offense.
Yes. I understand our pitching was garbage last year when it came down to it. Understandable, we had major injuries. Griffin Canning. We also had the guy, Trevor McGill's brother, Tyler McGill, pitches for us.
Yeah.
We lost Sean Manaea. We lost so many pitchers. We even lost Senga, who has
for most of the year.
For the last 2 years. So when you lose pitchers like this and you don't replace them, you're in trouble.
And they replace them with garbage.
Yes.
Helsley. Hellsley.
He may as well have been that for the Mets.
Yes.
I don't know what he'll do for the Orioles. Maybe the Orioles know something about his delivery and can help him. Still has the fastball. He's got a great slider. I wish him well. But let me tell you what he was for the New York Mets. Garbage.
Yes.
He was one of the worst relievers the New York Mets have ever had. Do you remember a guy named Phil Henneman?
I remember oh my God, I remember that. He's
about at that level. And for those of you who remember him, they got him from the Cleveland Indians midway through the season. My first year I was watching the Mets.
73.
I
remember them.
Let me tell you, this was the worst reliever I have ever seen in my life. And Helsley wasn't far behind. I expected Helsley with that 100-mile-an-hour gas and that slider to dominate. Well, you know what?
Ran out of it.
The hitters dominated him. He got his behind kicked every game.
Yeah.
Every game. And that's part of what David Stearns did. He did a garbage job getting us pitchers.
Yeah.
He did a crappy job getting us a center fielder. Remember what we got? We only have one pitcher of that group that they're talking about keeping, Tyler Rogers.
Yeah.
They got rid of Gregory Soto. He went to the Pirates. They got rid of Helsley and dropped him off to the Orioles. And they got rid of Cedric Mullins, who really surprised me at how putrid a hitter he was.
Oh, my God. You figure he comes to the Mets. You figure maybe he might have a little more with the Mets than he did with the Orioles. No offense to the Orioles. They're a great team, and congratulations on getting Pete.
Yes.
Alonso.
This man hit 172 for the New York Mets.
Yeah.
I could have hit 172 for the damn Mets. Come on.
Yeah, man.
So I'm here to tell you, this man in less than 2 years has pretty much destroyed our ball club.
Yeah.
Now, I think part of the way we're going to get back, we have to sign these free agents.
Yeah.
And we can't be cheap like David Stearns. And I'm talking, you better not offer 3 years to guys like Framber Valdez or Michael King or Sandy Alcantara or Suarez, or you know what you're going to get? Nothing. And I don't think they're getting them. You're going to have to prove to us that you're serious about changing my pitching around. changing my ball club around. Sure, now I hear about Tariq Skubal. Great major league pitcher. He's won the Cy Young the last 2 years in the American League. But here's the deal. First of all, you have to sign him. He's going to be a free agent next year. And remember, there may be a strike next year in baseball. So you're going to have to sign this guy.
Yeah.
And the other thing, you're going to have to give him a multi-year deal. Remember Yamamoto, who pitches for the Dodgers? He almost got that deal from the Mets.
Yeah.
One of the few pitchers that he would give a 4 or 5 year deal to.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You better do it with him, because I don't care whether he breaks down in 2 or 3 years or not. He is the best pitcher in the game.
That's right.
I'm concerned about him because I don't know what he'll be like in the National League. But I think he's worth the risk. I know we might have to give up Sprout, one of our really good young pitchers, Brandon Sprout or Jonah Tong.
Oh.
We might have to give up Jet Williams, a really good prospect, and we may have to give up another player.
Yeah, man, that's a friend of mine was talking about that, and she was very concerned about that.
Yeah.
Extremely concerned. But the way this guy's been operating, I don't know, man.
We've even heard the other day, yesterday, I wanted to throw up when I heard this yesterday. There was a rumor about Francisco Lindor going to the Dodgers. Are you freaking serious? Do you understand what you're doing to my ball club? Let me explain how it's going to work for you.
Yeah.
We had close to 3 million people come to this ballpark last year. 3 million. Better than in 2024. People believed in you. People trusted you because we were good, because we were within 2 games of winning the championship. We did
2 games of getting to the World Series.
Yeah, we did better than the Yankees playing the Dodgers.
That's right.
Because the Yankees, as good as they are, they won 1 game against them. We had 2.
Yeah.
So we were the best team against them of every team in baseball.
Yeah.
Look at the Brewers last year, 97 wins. What did that get them? They beat the Dodgers 6 times last year to the Dodgers none. And what happened to them? They were swept out of that series. That would never happen to the New York Mets.
No way.
I am here to tell you, if what I think is going to happen, I swear to you, if we have less than 1 million people at this ballpark, which I think is going to happen, I think we're going to finish dead last.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm telling you,
Oh,
David
yeah.
Stearns? Do you get what I'm talking about? You won't see this face at these games unless they are playing Pete Alonso September 14th, and unless I get to see at least 1 game of Edwin Diaz. You will not see me at any freaking games this season because I am fed up as I can be the way you've destroyed this ball club. I am sick of it. I've been a fan of this team for 52 years, and I'll tell you what, other than the early 60s when I was not involved in baseball, I could have cared less. This is the worst atrocity I've ever seen.
Right up there. I'll tell you, right up there with as bad as the opponents there. This is going to go even further.
Yes.
I'm going to go with M. Donald Grant.
Wow.
That's
good job.
I mean, this reminds me of what M. Donald Grant did after Seaver left.
Yes.
Got rid of Seaver, got rid of Kufin.
Yes.
Got rid of Jerry Grody. Everybody traded away for lesser players.
Yes. This is destruction. This is the kind of thing where you need a commissioner to step in and say, stop it.
Right.
Stop ruining this team. Let me explain something to you about David Stearns. The first year when the Mets were really good, Joe Benignos, one of my favorite broadcasters, came on the air and said he got lucky. Well, you know what? He's right. Because ever since he's been in charge of this team, they've been going this way. I enjoyed the 2024 team maybe as much as the 86 championship team.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
I mean, it's interesting. We talked about, and we talked about the 2024 Mets on the same breath as the 1986 Mets. They had fire. They had guts.
Energy. Fire. Emotion. Chemistry.
Yeah.
Look at how we got to that playoff round.
Yeah.
We had to beat Atlanta on the final day of the season.
Yeah.
And Edwin Diaz coughed up 4 runs in the 9th inning, mostly on his errors that cost him. And then the Braves chopped our behinds up. Yeah. But the New York Mets had the resilience that you've never seen.
Oh my! That Lindor home run.
Lindor.
That was
to be good.
I was watching the game on secretly on the job. Secretly.
You're
On the
entitled to say
QT.
that.
On the QT.
Oh yeah, a lot of people did that. I did not, but a lot of people did.
Anyway, I mean, it was like Lindor hit that home run. I was saying to myself, "Oh my God, are they gonna win this game?" Knowing how horrible they are against the Braves in Atlanta.
Yep.
I mean, they're like it's like a hellhole there.
It absolutely is, and it's been that for years for the Mets.
For decades.
What the Mets did in that series was absolutely astounding.
Yeah.
It was amazing. The fact that they got through that team, and then the next opponent was the Phillies, and that team was supposed to dominate us, and they did nothing with us.
Yeah.
We came back and kicked their ass.
That's right.
Because our team was better than theirs, and we proved it to them.
Yep.
They had their closers. They had Hoffman. They had this other guy who pitches for the Kansas City Royals now. They were supposed to be really good. That rotation they had with Suarez and Wheeler and Nola, they were supposed to destroy us, and it didn't happen.
The Mets did it to them.
Because the New York Mets were the most resilient team in baseball that season.
And, of course, against the Brewers before the Phillies series.
I have to tell you about that. That launch party game that I was invited to, that my boss gave me a chance to go to. Thank you very much, Felix. I'll always remember you for that. But let me tell you, that game with 5,000 people in the stands was the most exciting game of the Mets that I have ever seen in my lifetime.
And Pete Alonso and that home run. Oh my God.
And off Devin Williams, who ironically is now our closer.
Our closer now.
But you know what? When he homered off him, he had a bad year that year. He had 240 that year.
Yeah.
He had failed numerous times in the clutch. But it seemed like God said, you're going to be the guy today that's going to get us there.
Yeah.
I went off in my seat screaming and almost ready to explode because he was my favorite player as he was yours.
Yeah.
And to see him excite the Mets and ignite them and get them to the next round of the playoffs, that was unbelievable. I will never forget that game.
Yeah.
The fans of the few 5,000 that were there, I swear to God, it felt like there were 30,000 in that or more. It was an incredible moment. We were trailing 2-0 the whole game until that inning, and then we exploded on the Brewers. So I'm here to tell you all those moments that we're talking about now, we may not see any of these for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you right now, they have to sign these 4 or 5 players easily. All of them have to get signed.
Yeah.
They're going to have to expand the pocketbook. They're going to have to get the Cody Bellingers of the world.
Yeah, everybody's talking about Cody Bellinger.
You know
That's
what?
the big thing. He's the only one now. Yeah. He's the only one now.
First baseman.
You don't have a first baseman anymore.
This dude.
And several teams are going after him, too.
I know. And the Mets are going to have to battle their asses off to get him.
Yeah.
Because these are players that are going to get multi-year deals.
That's right.
I don't care what you tell me. I'm going to say Bellinger will get probably a 6-year deal. Tucker might get as much as 7 or 8 years, and I think he wants 10.
Yeah.
These are players that you can't play cheap with.
That's right.
You're going to have to stop the cheap games, expand the wallet, and get the money out for these guys if you're serious. Because you know what? If I were running the New York Mets as of the day of the last game of this season, I would have fired you on the spot.
That's right.
You would have never come back to ruin this ball club like this.
Right. This isn't Milwaukee. This ain't the Brewers, small market Brewers. This is New York City.
And you know what's surprising, David?
Now I know people in Milwaukee, really nice town, really nice time, nice town, nice people. Mm-hmm. If anybody from Milwaukee is watching, yeah, it's a very nice time, very nice town. Love your stadium, everything.
Yes, so did I.
Great people. Great team, great people, but lousy general manager, unfortunately.
And the thing that bothers me more about him is he's from New York. He acts like a foreigner.
Oh,
you
my
can't
God.
play this game.
New Yorker?
Yes.
I know. I mean, what the hell is that all about?
That's right. This man is from our state, our city. And how did you ruin this team so quickly? And face reality, David, you need to be fired. But I don't have the money or the opportunity to run this team. But I'm telling you, as of now, if I ran this team, the last game of the season when we lost to the Marlins 4-0, I would have fired you, and the next day you would have been on the air in a press conference telling us how you ruined this team.
Yeah.
I can't stand you. Let me explain to you. I don't like people who smile in my face and backstab me, and that's what you've done. You have backstabbed all the fans of this team.
That's right. That's right.
You need to be fired. But the reason you're here is because of Steve Cohen.
Steve Cohen.
And Steve Cohen, I'll say nice things.
I think he deserves some of the blame for that. He's running his. I mean, he's now that he won his casino license, he's concentrating more on the casino, which is a damn shame.
It is.
Yeah.
But the sad part is two things. That's one. The fact is, he told the Met fans this is a 5-year plan. I think the 5 years ended last season.
Yeah.
He gave Juan Soto what he wanted. 15 years, $760 million. Was he worth
with incentive over $800 million?
Yes. Was he worth it this year? For the most part, I would say
he was.
Yes. 43 home runs, over 100 RBIs, and get this, 30 stolen bases. Juan Soto never stole as many bases in his life. But you know why? Because they had a first base coach named Antoine Richardson who was forced to go to the Atlanta Braves along with
a competitor.
Right. Along with Jeremy Hefner, who people used to tell me he couldn't pitch. He wasn't a pitching coach. That's garbage. Yes, he was. I'll tell you why I'm saying it. Because Edwin Diaz was irritated that they let him walk away. He joined the Braves. Do you know what pitching staff they have? We're talking Chris Sale, Schwellenbach, Strider. This is a all-star pitching staff. He's getting this pitching coach to work with these guys. Forget it. They're going to cream the Mets this season. They're going to steal our asses blind on the bases because they know how we do it, and their pitchers are going to blow our behinds off the map. And they better, and I mean better, get some help in here because this fan, I'm telling you right now, I would see more Cyclones games now than this.
That's right.
This is absolute garbage. I am tired of people like you lying to us about what you're going to do for our team. I understand Cohen wanted to focus on this casino. I really get that. That will look great next to Citi Field. They need to do something.
Personally, his response, Cohen's response is, I understand the fans' reaction. There's lots of our season left to put a playoff team on the field. I don't know. That's a feeble excuse.
You know what I say? Prove it.
Yeah.
You think you're going to put together a championship team after the way your general manager destroyed this team? You got another thing coming, buddy.
Yeah.
And I like Steve Cohen. I do. I like the fact that he came in here and tried to win, and it looked like things were getting better. But he
had to hire this idiot.
Right. But I'm here to tell you it hasn't gotten better because you hired a jerk to run this franchise. You know what you needed to do, Cohen? And you know you didn't have the guts to do it. You should have brought in somebody who's an experienced GM. How about if you had thought about bringing in the guy who runs the Philadelphia Phillies? How about Dave Dombrowski? How about, I know they haven't won a championship yet, but they're going to get there eventually.
Yes, they will.
That man knows how to win. He signed Kyle Schwarber 5 years, $150 million. And all he does is a DH. He doesn't even play a position. What would he have given Pete Alonso had he had him?
Yeah.
Probably $200 million.
Mm-hmm.
You have, in order to win games, it's simple. Listen, the San Diego Padres used to be the joke of the National League. Now they're one of the big boys. They will spend whatever money it takes to win it all.
Yeah.
You have to get your behind out of the sky, get to reality, and understand if you're going to win in New York, you better put your money where your mouth is.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Right now, you haven't done a damn thing for this ball club.
That's right.
Except ruin it. I want to see what else you're going to do. I heard Lindor was even rumored to go to the Dodgers.
Oh, my God.
I said, what's going on here? You're destroying everything that I follow. I've been following this team for 52 years. I don't like the Yankees. I respect them.
Yeah.
But I've never followed the Yankees. I promise you I'll never do that.
Yeah.
So all of you are Met fans. I'm not going to leave this team. I promise you that.
That's for sure.
But
We're not moving. We're not leaving.
I'm here to tell you this is the worst hatchet job I've ever seen on my team in 3 days. 3 days it took him to ruin this ball club.
Yeah.
He got rid of Nimmo, who's the heart and soul, one of the gut guys, the glue guys, the players that hustle their behinds off and play with a smile.
Yeah.
You got rid of him. You got rid of Pete Alonso, who loves New York more than anybody I know who lives from Florida. And he wanted to stay here. What did you do to him? You dispatched of him in less than a day.
And he didn't even negotiate. That's right. The worst part about it.
You never even bothered to talk to him. You know what? Adam Ottavino was right. You are a piece of garbage when it comes to being a communicator. I could have communicated better with him, and I'd be drunk and I'd know what to do. This guy, we have to get rid of him. I say, as of now, he has this season to prove us wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking not only at the free agent market, but if we need people at the deadline, I want you to open up your wallet, shut your mouth, and stop smiling at the media. Prove that you can do the job. Because right now, New Yorkers aren't fooled. And the fact that you're a New Yorker is even more disgusting to me. How you thought you could get over on us, and you did it for 1 year. But now, the last 2 years, we're finding out who you really are. And I don't want you back here anymore.
Yeah, by the way, speaking of Pete Alonso, we're going to read this is Pete Alonso's letter to the fans, actually his text to the fans,
Okay.
Actually his tweet to the fans.
Sure.
New York, thank you. These last few years have shaped me in ways I'll carry for the rest of my life. This city demands your best, and I'm proud to look back knowing that I gave everything I had into earning the privilege of wearing that jersey. I've been blessed with incredible teammates, coaches, trainers, staff, and countless people helped shape me into the player and man I am today.
Amen.
I'm forever grateful for every person who challenged me and supported me and believed me along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the passion. Thank you for the love. Even the tough love that came with playing for New York. When it came time for that first pitch, thank you for being electric through it all. Thank you for getting rowdy every time I stepped up the plate and made the buildings shake when the ball found a seat over the wall. Your energy fueled me more than you'll ever know. You believe me, and you may be better. With love, Polar Bear.
You know what?
Even Ron Darling ripped into this whole.
You know what? Let me say this for Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso. Thank you. Thank you, Pete.
I thank you so much for making our lives so much fun at Citi Field.
Ditto.
And I will tell you, he is one of my 5 favorite Met players. And I put him on the list with David Wright and Tom Seaver and maybe even Jerry Kuzman and probably Doc Gooden.
Yeah.
But let me say this
and Darryl Strawberry.
Darryl Strawberry, thank you. But let me say this to you. This man would have been the first Met in our history to make the Hall of Fame whose name isn't Tom Seaver. How could you do this?
Yeah.
This man gave you everything he had. He gave you his soul. He played his tail off. He got every ball that was bounced to the dirt to him. He scooped up everything thrown to him. You can tell me he's not Freddie Freeman defensively. You can tell me he's not Matt Olson defensively. I'll buy that. But he gave us his best, and he posted up. When I say posted up, this man played 160 games or 161. He and Lindor never, ever, ever take days off.
Yeah.
They play their behinds off because they know that's what New York demands, and they give it to us.
Yes.
And I will miss you, Pete, very much.
We miss you, Pete.
I love you. I will miss you very much.
Good luck in Baltimore.
That's a hand for the Polar Bear.
Right. Even Ron Darling blasted this whole thing.
Dude,
Keith Hernandez, the whole S&Y team.
All of us are so livid about what's happened to this ball club.
Yeah.
I really need to see David Stearns get these players.
Yes.
If he does get, let's say, 4 of these players and we get Scooball, that scares me because you know what I've said about that with Frank Viola.
Yeah.
I don't want another one of those.
No way. We mentioned that on previous shows.
But we really need these players now.
Yeah.
We can't be cheap anymore.
Yeah.
We have got to get off our behinds and sign them. And I mean, compete like you never have.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if you have to outbid the Dodgers for them, you do it.
Do it.
You prove to us that you can do the job. Right now, you haven't done a damn thing. And now I want to see you get these players, or you're not going to see this face in your ballpark, except when Pete Alonso is here. I will try
Or
to
Edwin Diaz.
Or Edwin Diaz. But
And
I promise you, I'll go to Cyclones game before I step foot in that ballpark again.
And speaking of Edwin Diaz, here's his tweet. New York, New York, the city that never sleeps. That's forever shaped me. Thank you for 7 incredible years in your city. Thank you, Mets fans, for the love and support you showed me over these 7 memorable years. It has been the biggest honor to wear the Mets uniform and sound the trumpets in Queens, New York.
Wow.
I'm grateful for the ownership, coaches, staff, teammates, and fans that my family and I met along the way. You'll always be a special part of our journey. Thank you, Edwin.
Edwin, let me tell you, when we made the deal for you 6 years ago, we got Robbie Cano and we got you. I never thought that you were going to be the standout of the trade.
Yeah.
We swore that Robbie Cano looked like a Hall of Famer until he was caught doing steroids for the second time, and he's finished. He's never going to be that. But you, my friend, have a chance to be a Hall of Fame reliever. You are the one that has 253 saves in less than 8 years in the majors. You are the one who's going to be the next New York Met pitcher in that Hall of Fame to go with Billy Wagner.
Yeah.
You were the best reliever the Mets have ever had.
Yes.
And I will tell you.
Even better than Tug McGraw.
Yes. Even better and Tug McGraw is an all-time favorite of many Met fans, including me.
Yes.
But I would say you're better than Franco, you're better than McGraw, you're better than Skip Lockwood.
Skip Lockwood going
dude,
way back.
He was great in his day.
I remember.
Nobody
Edwin
has
Diaz.
been better than you.
That's right.
You have the guts of an absolute burglar, what you did to Atlanta in that game where they got 4 runs off you in the 9th inning, and you finished that game. You stood up like the man that you are, and you told our manager that you were going to get the job done. And damn it, you got it done.
That's right.
Because you are a great major league pitcher. For $3 million, they let this guy walk away. I will never forgive them for that.
Yeah.
But I will say to Edwin Diaz, congratulations.
Congratulations.
To the best team in baseball. I hope you do really well for them. And
Best of luck, Edwin.
And I want you to make it to the Hall of Fame because we love you. And your nickname is Sugar, and that's the reason why. Because you love us and we love you just as much.
Yeah. All right. Good luck, Edwin.
Good luck, Edwin.
Okay, you've heard what we had to say. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
For Steve Ferguson, I'm Pedro Hazel Jr. saying thanks for joining us. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and sound off what you think.
And remember this, let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets.
I don't care what we are, but we're going to fight back, and we're going to be much better if this GM does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because I will be the first one at the door to say, get rid of him tomorrow.
Our internet address is, again, youtube.com/@PedroFergie Sportscorner, all one word. youtube.com/@PedroFergie Sportscorner. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Have a good weekend. Let's go.